Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Kingsbury. I'm a full-time reseller and freelance photographer. I'm here outside of Goodwill. I'm gonna go in there and look for some new inventory I can list this weekend. And then I'm gonna head out to some parks and take some photos. So let's go on an adventure and see what we get today. Kind of cute. We got Raggedy Ann and Andy over here, and over here we got, you know her, Pippi Longstocking. There she is, Pippi Longstocking, sitting there ready for a new home. It's pretty cool Seattle Mariners, but they're asking $9.99 for it. A bit too much, but go Mariners. So I'm out here doing a little shopping for myself this time. If it doesn't fit, it'll be inventory, of course, but there's a nice pair of gray Hurleys for $4.99. And down here we have a pair of black brand is called Jerry, but it says Adventure On, so I can get behind that. They have some dog hair on them, but they're also $4.99, so can't beat that price. So I'm back here looking through the hat section. I found this really clean John Deere hat. They're asking $6.49 for it, but it's crispy clean, so I think I'm gonna pick it up and probably list it for $19.99. Try to triple the investment. Found this Cowboys hat back here as well. They're asking $9.99. I normally wouldn't spend that amount on a hat, but this one again is really crispy clean, and it's got the sizing tag still on it, so it's likely brand new. It's a sized hat, size large XL, so it's kind of fitted, so it'll stretch to fit whoever is a large or extra large. So I'm gonna pick that up for $9.99 and try to double my money on that one. So I found another pair of shorts back here. These are $5.99 O'Neill cargo shorts. They're kind of that lightweight, size 34, so they might be a little too big for me, but I'll go home, try them on. If they're too big, they become inventory. If they fit, they become mine, so that's the nice thing about being a reseller. The last pair here is a nice pair of Dockers cargos. They're asking $6.49 for these. Again, they're the lightweight. These are size 33, so they might fit me as well. They might be a little too big. I'll go home, try these on, and see which ones fit. They stay, which don't, they become inventory. So I'm leaving Goodwill, spent $60.41. Let me turn you around and show you what I got. So you guys saw all the shorts. I think it was 4 pair of shorts. I also got these 2 hats, the Cowboys hat and the John Deere hat, both very clean. And before I left, I picked up these Asics Gel Nimbus. They're size 12s. They have a little green grass stain that I'm going to work off. But they're Nimbus, Gel Nimbus 22s, size 12. I paid $11.79 plus tax for those. So I should be able to at least triple, maybe quadruple my investment on those. So that's what I picked up. Menschoice.info if you're interested in anything. So now that we got the reselling portion of the vlog out of the way, I'm here at Lake Padden. I'm gonna do a little hike around Padden, let the adventure begin. There's a lot of nice stuff to photograph around here. I like to get shots of the herons, the ducks, the squirrels, and whatever else I find. There's a lot of nice flowers and whatnot. So let's head out on this trail and see what we find today. Sometimes if you sneak through here to the water's edge here, you can find a heron just waiting unexpectedly. You can get a nice shot of them before they notice you. They like to hang out around this tall grass area over here, right off of the lake by the tennis courts. But I'm scanning it right now, but I'm not really seeing any yet, so maybe they're not here yet. This is the other little enclave here that I've noticed a heron hanging out at, so we're gonna walk in here and maybe we can have better luck on this side of things. I do see something floating in the water there. I don't know if that's just garbage. Looks like a balloon got into the water, so that's not good, but I'm not going to swim out there and get it today. I'll leave that for somebody else to do. So that tall grass does look pretty, but I don't see any wildlife out there. So we're going to hit the trail and see what else is out here today. So like I told you, this is probably one of my favorite park in Whatcom County. I've hit a lot of them. I probably have half a dozen videos up of me walking around Lake Padden, so there's a lot of videos you can watch and There's shots of herons and all kinds of wildlife that I've encountered over a long time. I've been doing these vlogs. The ultimate goal is to get to 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm up to 121 subscribers right now. Got a couple new ones as of late, so I want to thank those people for joining the journey and helping me get toward that 4,000 hours of watch time where you can monetize the channel. So thanks for jumping on board and joining the adventure. Not sure if this is a new sign or I've just never really noticed it. Probably run right by it. It doesn't look new, but I am here. The horse trailer parking is over that way. And we're going to continue on our way. There's the big golf course. Beautiful golf course out here for all you golfers. So I do have a little story for you all. I recently did a walk around Cornwall Park and discovered an owl. I've seen 3 owls now at Cornwall. But my first owl encounter was here at Lake Padden. I was running down this trail over to my right here, and he swooped down on me and knocked me down. It was about dusk, so that's when they tend to kind of come out. But he hit me pretty good, knocked me to the ground. I kind of stood on a branch there and stared at me. And the week later, they put up signs, "Beware of owls," so apparently I wasn't the only one that he'd done that to. So they're out here as well. Have yet to see one. I think I take that back. I did see one on a branch out here one time. But there was a lot of people around taking photos of them. But as of late, I haven't seen any owls out here. But they're out here, so we're going to keep our eyes open. Maybe I'll get some owl footage out at Padden to add to my collection of 3 owl videos from Cornwall Park. So if you want owls, check out those videos at Cornwall. In loving memory of Kenneth and Marianne Yeager. So that must be the Yeagers that own the sporting goods company out here in Whatcom County. They have their own little bench here. I was going to give you guys a look at the water out here. It's a little choppy today, but the lake is looking good. A little bit windy. You might be able to hear that blowing. I do have a little guard against the wind, so hopefully the audio is still okay and you can hear me. But here's today's look, Friday at Lake Padden. So we're gonna get on the trail and get around this sucker. Before we hit that main trail, I thought I'd walk back here and show you where that owl swooped down on me and knocked me to the ground. I'm pretty close here. I was running through here kind of on a warm down after a run around Padden. And just coming through about dusk. And minding my own business, and he just swooped down on me. So it was right over this way, down this trail to my right here. Right at the end of this trail. I think there used to be a nest up in this tree over here. This was several years ago, so it's coming down this trail right here. And at the very end there, oh, there's a little bird up there. The very end here is where it happened. So he got me at the end of this trail, and then he kind of perched up on a branch and just stared at me. And of course I was a little frightened. I didn't know what had happened. So I just kind of backed up and went the other way. Left him to be on his little branch, but this is where it happened. I think there may have been a nest in one of these trees. I think they did top some of these trees over here at one point, or maybe they came down in a storm or something, but this is the area where it happened. And so I was knocked down and right in this area here, and he kind of was on that branch right over there, staring at me like a job well done. And I'm sitting here on the ground wondering what had happened. I backed up slowly and went back down the trail the other way. I abandoned my little warm down this trail here. This is a nice little spot to get off the main trail, but yeah, this is where it happened. I can still remember he was just sitting there on that little branch after knocking me down, looking right at me, wondering what I was gonna do. Tucked my tail and ran this way, right off the trail onto the main trail. Of course, I was running a little faster at that point, and I continued on up that hill over here. This is the big hill on the other side here. Now, some of you who are familiar with Lake Padden will know, you get up that hill. It's a little bit of a difficult run. So yeah, that's more or less my Lake Padden owl story. This was the hill that I was running up. One thing I can tell you is if you ever need a little dose of adrenaline when you're going on a run, getting touched up by an owl will definitely spark that adrenaline into you. I did race up this hill, but today I'm gonna head up this horse trail again, up to the big trail up top that I really enjoy. It's a little quiet trail up there, away from all the noise. So we're gonna make our way up this hill to that spot. I'll give you a look at it once I get up there. So this is kind of one of the horse trails that people with horses can get their trailers and unload, and then they get up this way. Gets off the main trail, and horses have a little bit more time for relaxation up here without people running by them and bicycles and whatnot. So it's a nice little getaway up here. I actually don't see a lot of horses on this trail, but I know they do get up here. There's the same gal I've seen several times. You get up here enough that you start to recognize people, so I know she's got a couple horses and she walks around here, runs around here, and oftentimes takes the horses out for a little ride as well. So it's always nice to see some folks that you recognize. So I'm gonna stop talking for a second because I'm gonna need this oxygen to get up this hill. This one's a killer. This is pretty steep. So let's work our way up this hill, and I'll give you a look at the main trail at the top. So here we are. We made it to the top. Give you a little look around. Once I get up here, I usually take a minute to collect my breath and get a little calf stretch, because that is quite an incline. This is a nice spot to do it over here. Got a little fence set up. People do sneak through here. They're not supposed to, but obviously they find a way. But yeah, we're gonna get a stretch on and then head on back down the trail. For those of you who are keeping track, here's a little map of where we're at. We're right here. Top to Padden Gorge, I guess they call it. So right there. We're gonna head on down the other way. So let's do it. You see what I mean up here about these large, wide open trails? Look at this. Plenty of room. You could practically drive a car down this thing. So I haven't pulled the camera out and taken any photos yet, but just been shooting video. We're focusing on getting around this lake to the other side, and hopefully there'll be some wildlife over there. Maybe I'll get a look at some herons, or so at least some ducks and geese and whatnot. So we're gonna focus on that, hitting this trail, getting those miles in, get my steps in, getting the heart rate up, doing some healthy walking. So let's go. Always like, as you round this corner over here, you can kind of look out. It's almost like a little valley down below. It's like a top of the world type of feeling if you look out over this cliff, this little edge over here. I'll give you a look, and you can kind of get a little feeling for what it's like to be up here. Yeah, you get that little euphoric feeling, that little high when you're up here above everything. No worries, no nothing. See, this is what I'm talking about. You look out over this edge. It's probably about 50 feet down, maybe 100. You're above it all, away from everything. Yet the lake is still right there, so you don't have to be frightened of anything. There's a quick escape should anything come chasing after you. Sometimes when I'm up here, I do think about bobcats. I think they do have bobcat sightings in Padden, but there's so many people up here, they probably stay away from the main trails. They're probably way up there if they are. I don't know. You'd have to check with the park manager, park maintenance, to see what type of sightings they've had out here, and what the true dangers are at Padden. I don't think there's much. So when you're running, this is always nice because you get a nice little jog down this hill, warms you up really good. Once you get up that big horse trail, up to the top there. You get a little stretch on and then just glide on down here and take this corner right here, and you're into your run on the main trail again. So we're approaching that area, so we're gonna get on the main trail and get around. So we're back on the main trail. I want to show you this. They do have mile markers on this trail. I think it's 2.6 all the way around, but I never really pay attention to the mile markers. This one says 1.5 miles, so it must start 1.5 miles back from this point. So look out for those mile markers if you're counting your steps and need those miles to let you know how far you've gone. If you're looking for a nice park bench away from all the hustle and bustle on the other side of the lake, this is a good one to sit down at and enjoy the view of the lake. Let me give you a look. Kind of sits here and you look over at the other side of the lake. That's kind of the swim area with the bathrooms over there. And we were talking about, you know, the mileage. That's probably where it starts over there. We're about 1.5 miles in to the 2.6 mile hike around Lake Padden. But this is kind of a peaceful area. Kind of look down on it all. Nice breeze usually coming through here like there is right now. But we don't have time to sit and enjoy the breeze. We want to get to the other side, so let's keep going. So I've never really noticed this trail. It kind of leads off into this area on the dark side of the lake. There is a little bit of a marshy swamp type area. There is some ducks that make their way that side of things, but I'm not seeing much over here. But looks like there's a little trail and people have ventured back here. There's some trees that are marked. I'm not sure if those are marked to be cut down, but they got a little orange ribbon tied around them. You know, there are a lot of trees that come down in these storms, so maybe the Parks Department is marking the ones that could be dangerous out here, but most of this is old growth. It's not going to go anywhere, so nothing to worry about. So this is a fairly recent addition. They had these trees kind of hollowed out and turned into little benches here, kind of low to the ground, maybe designed for the kids to play on and whatnot, but it's kind of nice. Sometimes you'll see folks sitting out here taking a break halfway through their hike around Padden. I'm not sure if it was part of that stump right there. It looks like that one has had some work done to it as well. It's nice and polished, pretty nice. I'll give you guys a look at that. Someone's done a little work to the top of that. Got it smoothed out and looking pretty. But yeah, nice little sitting area. This is that swampy side I was telling you about. Here's kind of the swamp. Yeah, it's not much wildlife makes their way over here. I think that water is not too fresh, so I think they enjoy the other side a lot better. But I did see a duck over here one time, and he was actually going underwater, so he was a brave duck. And this swamp continues. It goes on for quite a ways here, all along the trail. There's a 1 3/4 mile marker there, so they are out here every so often. This is the area I think where I spotted that duck at one point. There's a lot less water right now, so it's probably a little bit less appealing for a duck to come out in this mud. This swampy area, a lot of moss, and it just looks pretty disgusting to me. But I'm sure there's stuff that come out here and enjoy the environment. When I walk by that area, it always reminds me of that movie Swamp Thing. I think I watched it as a kid and it's frightened me, so when I'm running around here I always think the little swamp thing might come out of there. Play a little trick on your mind, make you run a little bit faster through here. So this is where you have a little incline, and then you round this corner and it's a nice downhill, a pretty significant downhill that you can kind of stride out, catch your breath when you're running around here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're walking, but breathing's pretty heavy still, so let's go enjoy this downhill. For those of you keeping track, we've made some progress. You are here. We got a speed limit out here, 15 miles per hour. I think I've run faster than that on this hill. Let's say it says, stay on the trail, control your speed, be courteous, stay to the right, announce yourself, bicycles yield to all, scoop dog poop, and keep dogs leashed. Yeah, I've seen a few rule breakers out here. Probably me running faster than 15 miles per hour. Yeah, you come down this trail at a nice clip, you could probably hit 20, 21 miles an hour, I think. I gotta take it back to 15. I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to change that sign to 25 or something. Thought I'd give you a shot of this nice light coming through here, hitting these trees and these leaves, lighting things up just perfect. So we're approaching the end of this, what I call the dark side of the lake. So I call it the dark side for the obvious reasons. It's kind of guarded here by all trees on both sides. Not a lot of light getting through. There's only a couple openings, that park bench area that I showed you back at the beginning. And there's a little spot here that we're approaching where you can kind of look out over the lake still and get a little light on you. But this side is pretty dark, especially when it starts to get dark out. It's I've run through here in the dark, but I wouldn't advise it, you know. It's a little bit scary. So here's a little opening here. Let's give you a look at the lake again now that we're approaching this spot. This is a nice little opening, nice little look at it. If you're brave, you can scurry down this little hill and get a little water's edge look at things, but I think we're gonna just take a look at it from up here. I don't want to venture down this hill. It looks a little too dangerous at this point. Plus we want to get to that other side where there might be some wildlife, so let's keep on rolling. So there is some little birds out here flying with you along the trail. There's one up on that little branch right there. He's flown in front of me a couple times. Let's see if he'll take off. He's right on the right side of that branch. He's sitting there. He's kind of mirroring me as I walk along this trail. There he went, flew away. I'm not sure if you guys saw that. It's kind of dark out here, but he did fly away, so trust me. Kind of like this section where these trees kind of just lean out and their leaves almost dipping in the water like they need a drink. That's how I imagine it. These thirsty trees out here looking for a drink of water. For those of you who have run around Lake Padden, you know there's only really 3 spots you need to worry about that have a little incline. So we're approaching that the 3rd spot here that you go up and then you head down to the dog park. So we're just about there. So this is that incline I'm telling you about. It's a gradual one. It's slow, but it does hit you. If you're a little bit tired and you got to get up this hill, it does tax you a little bit. But once you get to the top, what goes up, you know the rest. Must go down. So you have that gradual incline, and then once you crest this hill, it's a rather rapid decline here. You get about 20-30 yards of fast running or walking, and then you have to hit that corner and make it to the other side. So it looks like this is a dog off-leash area. Owner, handler, keep dog under voice or sound control, responsible for all action, behavior, and cleanup. So I think past this sign, if you venture on this way, you can have your dogs off leash, but over here on this side of things, they gotta stay on leash. So sometimes once I come down this hill, I like to take a little stop right here and enjoy this this look at this creek here. It's kind of a peaceful area, a break in the trail that, let me give you a look. It's hard to describe, but you can see here. So as you can see, it's nice and quiet here. Peaceful, just a little trickle of water flowing through here. And then this kind of follows the trail on past the dog park and around the rest of the lake. Let's keep it consistent. Another update. You are here. You are here. So this is actually the dog park area on the right side here. Right next to that sign I just showed you at the bottom of the hill. The nice thing about coming out this time of night, it's kind of nighttime, about you can enjoy the sunset. So we might get a look at a nice sunset. It's just about to hit those trees. As you can see, it's quite bright right now, but it'll duck down pretty soon here. So they got a bathroom area over here. I've had to stop at this bathroom a couple times, you know, a little emergency stop when you're running. But I usually don't hang out at this side of the lake very often. So for those of you with animals, this is a look at the dog park. Because you take them through there and you can run free out here. Be amongst all the other dogs. Not much out here today. Oh, there's a gentleman there. He's got his dog here. So there's a few folks out here enjoying the dog park. So there is a nice big map over on this side by the dog park. So if you want a good look at the whole lake, the 2.6 miles and all the surrounding stuff, this is the one to probably check out. As you can see, it's got everything on there. Here's a little bit of a closer look. You are here. And it has all the markings of the picnic benches, the dock, the little beach area, the dock on the other side, Padden Gorge over on that side. That's kind of where we were with the horses and whatnot. Yeah, it's got it all on here, so if you have any questions, this is where you want to go. The Lake Padden trail map. So I imagine you could probably get lost anywhere, but Padden is pretty safe. I think, 2.6 miles, it's all marked pretty well. There's usually people on the main trail. I mean, you only have issues if you get up into those kind of arterial trails, like that horse trail. If you head off into the wrong section there, you could run into some issues. But as far as heading off on the main trail, you won't have any problems here at Padden. So here's a look at the lake from the far end, kind of the opposite end as I gave you last time as we entered. That sun's coming down, it's about to set. There's a couple of paddle boarders out there, but it's pretty quiet on the lake today. Not much to see. Just the beauty of the water. The wind's died down a little bit, so I might try to snap a couple photos for you here. It's looking pretty pretty. You could get a nice shot of that sun as it goes down a little bit. So here's what you've been waiting for. We finally made it to the wildlife. Look at all these geese out here. They're out here enjoying this sunset. All gathered here together. Some of them can be kind of ornery, so you got to be a little bit careful when you stroll up on geese. But they seem pretty mellow right now. They're just letting me walk on in. So hopefully nobody comes at me. But yeah, they're all sitting here enjoying the sunset together. Let's see if we can get down here a little closer to them. Maybe we can join the view of the sunset with them. Sometimes they go at each other a little bit down here. They're kind of territorial, Some of them don't like each other. I saw that one kind of pecking at the other one there. So we're gonna get down here. They're kind of all just cleaning themselves and taking in this sunset. So as you can see, we got a couple of shots of the sunset, but it's going down. It's about time now. So me and the geese are out here enjoying this sunset here at Lake Padden. Yeah, they're happy to have me here. This guy's kind of sneaking up from behind though. I think he doesn't know what's going on with this camera. Look at him go. He had a different agenda, I think. But yeah, the geese are out here in full effect. Just enjoying themselves. Kind of breezy out here as that sun goes down. They're gonna get in the water here now, it looks like. A few of them are gonna go for a little swim. A little sunset swim. There's that sun going down. Just about down now, so hopefully you enjoy this moment, this sunset with me here at Lake Padden. Me and the geese and you guys. So we're gonna keep on down the trail, I think. We're gonna keep our eyes out. There might be some herons to be photographed yet before this daylight goes completely. I know they like to hang out along that shoreline, so we're gonna get back on that main trail. Head on, finish this hike the right way, look for some more photos. Here's a couple little ones here. They haven't quite grown all their feathers. Mama's squawking at me a little over there. She's like, don't get too close, fella. Don't get too close. There's 3 of them there. I think that's the only youngsters I see out here. There's no real little ones, but these are kind of the adolescents. It's probably the whole family right there, all 4 of them right there. But yeah, they're cute when they haven't grown their full wings yet, and then they waddle off and they have these little wings still. Even when they're smaller than these guys, they finally grow out those wings and they can fly. It's a whole different story. We got a couple ducks here along the shoreline. There he goes. Fly, fly away. Well, I guess they don't want to be on camera. Camera shy ducks. They're off to the other side of the lake. They're not about being on camera. Here's these same type of flowers you'll find at Squires Lake, and there's actually one in my backyard just like this, but not quite as big as this one. But I always think they're kind of pretty. They're interesting, kind of cone shaped with beautiful pinkish purple flowers on them. So we're approaching the boat launch area. Sometimes the herons do hang out here waiting for a snack. One of the fishermen to throw them a little bone, leave a little something behind for them. So we're gonna keep our eyes out. Maybe there'll be one here today. Not sure if you guys saw that, but there's an eagle up there. So there's no herons, but there's an eagle up in this tree, so we're gonna try to get a photo of him. So I got a couple shots of him from this angle. He's right up there in that tree, about 20-30 feet away from him. So we got a catch out here, and the eagle's been eyeballing these fish. So we threw one out there for him. We'll see what he does. We might be too close, I think.
Oh, there you go. Boy,
That's
you
cool.
take him long, did it? Thanks for dinner.
Nice.
Usually the hen pick it up after that.
So that was pretty cool. Got a shot of an eagle, and they sacrificed one of their fish. They threw him a little snack. He flew down there and grabbed it. I elected to use a video instead of snap photos because it kind of happened quick and I wasn't set up to take photos. But hopefully that video turned out all right. We got a little look at it. So I want to thank those folks for the information they gave me. They said you can actually get photos of turtles out here as well. They like to go out there at sunset and sit on that log out there by the fisherman's dock. So I'm gonna have to look for turtles out there next time I'm out here. So I think this is kind of the area they're talking about. That little log out there is what they're saying. The turtles will jump up on that log and be available for photographing. So we'll have to come down here to the water's edge and look for some turtles one of these days. I want to get a shot of a turtle out here. That would be cool. So we didn't spot a heron, but we did get that eagle. So that was exciting. I was hoping to get some action out here before we head home, so it was nice to get that little shot of the eagle, talk to those folks, and enjoy that moment with them. Not sure where the eagle flew off to after he got his snack. He's probably out here snacking on that fish, enjoying his catch. Got one the easy way. They tossed him a nice fresh caught fish. So I'd say we're about 2.2 miles into the 2.6 mile hike. We're approaching the end of this vlog. I want to thank everybody for watching. So if you're still watching at this point, I want to give you a special thank you for watching until the end. I'm approaching the end of this little adventure hike today. We've been busy, got some inventory at Value Village, and then we went on this long hike around Lake Padden. Tried to show you some of my favorite spots. Gave you a look at some of the wildlife, some geese. We saw an eagle, which is rare out here, so consider yourselves lucky. But we're gonna call it a day. I'm gonna head on down the trail and head home, but thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye. Got a little family of ducks braving the water. There they go. It's winding out here pretty hard. They took off a little foursome out there. Good way to end the night. Have a good swim, buddies. Hey, it's not over yet. You remember those ducks that flew away? Found them. They're right here. Say hello, fellas. Say goodnight. Say goodnight to the fans. Say goodnight. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye. Wake up, guys. Wake up.